Yo.
But all right, my question is, what? Let's say they're all alive now.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think
Which
has?
all four of them are dead. That's wild.
Yeah. Who do you think in 2024 would have the most staying power? Like, who do you think that would be like, oh shit, this dude's putting out? Because there's some guys that are legends now that when they put out an album that they kind of go unnoticed. Not unnoticed, but their
I know.
popularity shrunk so much.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like Rakim, he's got an album coming out. No one.
Yeah, I didn't know about it, and just being like,
and he's still killing it. So are you saying who's going to be the most famous and still selling records, or who do I would think is rapping the best in 2024?
Yeah. Who do you think would be in? You're taking the beats now, and like you're kind of bringing everybody over to 2024. Who do you think is like still there?
I mean, for me, it's Big L. And I feel that way about back then too. Out of those four in particular, I think Big L is the best. But I could see Pac still having like commercial success. Yeah. I could see Biggie having a little bit of a fall off. Given that and Pun, just because they're such big dudes, I think as they got older, their breath control and stuff would be, no, I'm not even kidding. Like, but I think Pac would probably still be, like, the most famous. I think Pac would almost be like a Jay-Z type.
Yeah.
But different music, but,
I agree with that, with, like, Pac being the guy that puts out an album. It's still a big deal when he puts out an album. Mm-hmm. But as far as, like, oh, shit, in 1 hour and 56 minutes, a new album's coming out, and which one? Yeah, there are four coming out at the same time. Which one are you listening to first? I think Big L is the first listen. I think he would keep up like with the beats and everything.
He would keep up with the times.
Yeah, Pac would
be almost like Rakim. I think Rakim does really fucking well of still being nasty.
Yeah,
it's just he's so old, it's weird. and like Eminem's getting there too, but like it's just yeah.
I see Pac, and Kendrick gets the Pac comparisons, so I could see that being like a thing too. Of imagine like all the music they would have made.
Yeah,
West
Big Pun I could see just not making music too. I could see Big Pun going to like 05 and then just being like a rapper that stopped in 05. You know what I mean?
Just be a little more like his compadre.
Yeah, like when's the last time 50 Cent put out an album, you know? Like I could see Big Pun being that route.
Yeah,
you know, like where... Yeah.
I think 50 Cent talked about putting out a new album. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm here for it. Like I kinda wanna hear it. I didn't care. Like the first album I was excited about, the second album I was like, alright, cool, and the third album, so I started being like, eh. And then he put out like, it was like Animal Rap. I don't know if there's another one. Or Animal Instinct.
Animal Instinct. Animal Ambition.
Oh, is that what it is? Animal something. But yeah, it's been a long time. Like he put out that album and I don't even think it did commercially any success.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that. But I would be if he came back now. I think it's been long enough. I think if you stick around too long, like if 50 Cent had just like every 2-3 years just kept doing that, everybody would have been like, alright, 50 Cent's putting it out. But if he puts out a new album now that it's been 10 years, it's like, oh shit, 50 Cent's dropping an album. And that's kind of where I am on that. But
yeah. I mean, I would definitely listen to it. I wouldn't like stay up till midnight and listen to it when it dropped.
No. That's I open my Spotify and like my release radar, and it's like 50 Cent, and I click on it, and then it's like, oh, a whole album. And
cool. You love it that day.
And then I would drive into work and I'd listen to it and I'd be like, tracks like 3, 4 cool, and then track 7's cool.
Not for nothing, bro. Now that since this is going to be a hip hop head video where people might actually come to, this is one of the best years for hip hop in a really long time. I think it's shaping up to be, and I think it's going to continue to feel that. The Kendrick Drake beef is not as great as I thought it was in comparison to some other beefs that have happened in the past. Mm-hmm. It is iconic given like the level of fame that they're both at, the fact that it's like happening, and then the quality of albums that have been put out this year have been so great. M's dropping. I don't know if Nas and Primo are going to drop that album.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, that's fucking crazy. There's some other things coming down the pipe, too. Like...
Yeah. It could be...
Kendrick might drop, I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be huge for both, like, just commercially, just having, like, a lot of heavy hitters dropping in 1 year, and then just the quality of even the guys that are, you know, like the Jordan Lucas, the Benny the Butcher.
Dope. Benny's album was dope, Crooked Eye and Joel Ortiz, Lupe, like, bunch of great albums.
Just it has, like, a lot of depth. And compared to last year, too, especially where it was, like, essentially Nas carried last year.
Nas has been carrying the 2020s.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
He found his cape.
Yeah, dude.
His end cape.
Because, like, even M, dude, people, you know what's crazy? If you count Music to Be Murdered by Side B as a deluxe, which some people do, and that's what they're using for this stat, it is 1 week less from Side A to The Death of Slim Shady than it has been from Encore to Relapse.
Ah.
But I feel like that's really disingenuous because Side B came out a full year later, which completely erases that. It makes it 1 year less. But it's still pretty big gap.
I was thinking that when we were... was going through Relapse, and it's that when he brings the CDs and
2 CDs.
Yeah, but he's like talking about how long he's been away and everything, and I'm like, it's been like as long, but now it's just like
melts
kind of
the fuck down, dude. And then he's like, "That's what I'm telling you." It's
and it kind of did a little bit, right?
I feel like from 04 to 09,
there was a whole lot.
I mean, it was Wayne putting out the Carters.
Yeah,
and Kanye and 50 had that little like battle with Curtis and whatever Kanye's album was at the time.
Curtis, that was the other album.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had. It was a time where it's like if you didn't like the Dirty South rap and then you also weren't a Lil Wayne fan, it's a very dark time.
Yeah,
a very dark time to be a rap fan. That's when, but that was the perfect time. Where
Army of the Pharaohs,
Jedi Mind Tricks, and so you start going into like, ooh, this is way cooler than I thought it was. It's like, oh yeah, like I'm a hip hop fan. I like Tupac and I like Biggie, and then like you get into fucking like, oh shit, Cormega's a thing.
Underground rappers, yeah. It was a good time to like get a deep dive and like learn your history.
Yeah,
and
while like Mike Jones is doing his thing, you're just like, keep it up.
Like, you gotta think like we were 13 to like 19 for that happening. So like we were 6 when It Was Written came out and Reasonable Doubt and all those Biggie albums and stuff. Yeah. So it's not like we really... So it actually was cool because we got to get the best era. Like we just went back
like got the current era,
before.
Yeah, and it's like brushing up on your Wu-Tang and...
Yeah, and to think about those albums, like when we were listening to them, like dude, think about that. Like how old did Illmatic and It Was Written feel even in like 2004 to you? When we were like kids, we were like, oh, this is that old school shit.
Yeah.
Now, dude, Relapse is 15 years old. It's twice as old as that shit.
Yeah.
For a kid who's 16 now, Relapse is twice as old. That shit's like 86.
Yeah, like it feels like it just came out.
Yeah.
Or getting into, like Biggie, we were talking about a little bit, like one of the first CDs out, it was a single, but it had All About the Benjamins and I forget the other one. Been Around the World. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that I got it was like 1998, 1999 or whatever, and like I got that, and like Biggie had just died, and like I had obviously no idea because I was 8.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention to any of that, but it's just like of how we just missed that whole era, and just like getting into Tupac like 2000, 2001 or whatever, and it's like if you were to, like you were saying, go back, and it's like that's 2020, like where like Mac Miller died was further, like from Mac Miller to us now is like a further time span of somebody, a rapper dying than it was
us to Biggie.
from when we started listening to Biggie.
Yeah, dude, because Mac Miller, that happened when we were fucking on Pearl Street, right? We were just like,
2018.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Mac
it was
died.
September 2018.
That one hit really hard and really weird because we were the same age as him, pretty much.
Yeah.
It was like, fuck, dude. Like, that sucks. That's crazy.
And then I was like, damn, dude, the last thing I did was make fun of swimming.
Yeah, I mean, well, Chris Webby too. Like a week before it happened, he fucking decides to take his shot at fucking Mac Miller, bro.
Come at you, Mac.
Yeah, he's like, since Mac Miller, following me on Twitter, I've been a little bitter. Like, and then fucking. Then he's
that album did have some good songs from him, didn't? But overall, I was like, I think I said to you and Sean, I was like, and Mac Miller put out another average album.
Yeah, I wasn't too big on Swimming. And you know what, dude? I don't know if it's because it was posthumous, but a lot of people thought Circles was really good too, and I was.
Nah.
It's just too slow for me.
Yeah, he, I
like Mac's old shit.
Yeah, his direction, because he did like the Divine Feminine, like he went
He got
in a
more
different...
artistic.
Yeah.
I liked watching movies with the sound off a lot. That had G's, right? That's the red cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah. But I loved like Macadelic and the Kids and all that shit the most.
Yeah, Kids is like it's like a staple of whenever, I don't know when it came out, but like when I was listening to it like 2010, then that like that's one of the albums that like that define an era for me is Kids. For sure. Yeah. For sure. And then podcast. Should we split this up from that original video? Yeah, maybe I guess that's
at some point. Yeah. All right, y'all. We got. Oh, did we lose our audio?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
What's up, camera audio?
What's good, camera audio? We got an hour and 47 minutes, and it's starting to feel like it's gonna be forever until we get to this fucking album.
See you later.
Later.